When the past becomes a product of the present, a House of Dragon podcast on the consequences of historical revisionism. You know, when people talk about historical revisionism, they often seem to think of it as a neutral exercise revisiting past events, reinterpreting forgotten facts, and somehow, magically, rewriting the collective memory. But what if I told you that's not entirely true? What if historical revisionism is not just about rewriting history, but also about redefining the present? The House of the Dragon, the latest spin-off of Game of Thrones, serves as a prime example of how historical revisionism can shape our understanding of events. In the world of Westeros, we are presented with an alternate take on already familiar characters and plot lines. However, beneath the surface, this reimagining reveals the impermanence of historical narratives. As we delve into the complex web of allegiances and rivalries that define the world of ASOIAF, we notice how the past becomes increasingly adaptable to the needs of the present. Characters' motivations, events' outcomes, and even the geography of the world itself can be altered to conform to the demands of the story. This reinterpretation of history betrays the tension between the static past and the fluid present. One of the most striking aspects of historical revisionism, as displayed in House of the Dragon, is how it normalizes the rewriting of established facts. This can be particularly pernicious when applied to events with significant implications for the present. By redefining the past, we risk losing our capacity to hold institutions and individuals accountable for their actions. Ultimately, this normalizes the revision of history, giving us a disquieting view of a future where truth becomes malleable. It's worth noting that historical revisionism isn't inherently bad. When done with integrity, it can reveal new insights into the complexities of human experience and illuminate aspects of history that may have been obscured. However, in the context of speculative fiction like House of the Dragon, where creative liberties are already being taken, this blurring of the lines between history and fiction can have far-reaching consequences. We must approach historical revisionism, especially in its more subtle forms, with a critical eye. Are we genuinely uncovering new facts, or are we simply rearranging the deck chairs of our collective memory? To do so, we must consider the implications of our actions and question the sources of our information. In the case of House of the Dragon, this problem is further complicated by the way it often confounds reality with fantasy. Characters with questionable moral compasses are repeatedly portrayed as heroes, undermining the sense of accountability essential to genuinely grappling with the past. This has significant ramifications for our discussion of monumental historical events. As a society, we are currently navigating an era characterized by competing narrative perspectives and a distrust of institutions that fail us. Against this backdrop, we find ourselves re-examining the stories we've been told and reassessing the reliability of the histories that have been passed down to us. By examining the role of historical revisionism in Westeros, we might just uncover some uncomfortable truths about our own relationship with the past. When historical revisionism becomes a product of the present, we run the risk of losing our connection to a shared understanding of what happened. This forces us to consider the value of factuality and objectivity in shaping our understanding of the world. If the past is indeed a house of cards, and we continuously manipulate its narrative to suit our current values, are we prepared for the consequences?